What's up, world? Lee here with Sticks, Strings, and Other Things, my teeny tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you every other week to chit-chat with you about all of the crafty things I have been getting my hands onto. Just stitching and knitting again. That's it. That's where I live now. Today is the 14th of May, and this is episode 84. I'm coming to you from a very sunny Pacific Northwest. Our weather has been not very springy of late. In fact, we had summer this past weekend. It was hot. We do not get 80-degree temperatures in early May in the Pacific Northwest. I was not a fan. I would like spring before I'm slammed with summer. I am not a summer person. However, my garden is very happy. But we'll get into all of that later on in Life Stuff. Right now, I'm just going to say a big thank you to all of the new people who have been finding me. I think I have Somi Sarah to thank for that. She mentioned me on her Flosstube the other day. I had randomly stumbled upon her, noticed that she also, and a friend of hers, were doing 50 starts for turning 50 because people born in 1974 are awesome, which I had to agree with, being someone who was born in 1974 and is also doing 50 starts for my 50th birthday. I mean, I knew it was a good plan. So good, other people are doing it, unbeknownst to me. But now that I know, I had to go watch. Or I watched and found out, so I didn't have to. Anyhow, it was very exciting, so I had to comment on that Flosstube, and she started watching mine and said some very nice things about me, so thank you so much. I appreciate it. So if you were brought here because of her recommendation, thank you so very much for checking me out. I hope I am somewhat palatable to you. If I am, feel free to like and subscribe. If you have been here before, you know what you're in for. You're in for the fact that I already know that I forgot to grab one of my whips. It shouldn't be as bad as last episode where I literally would have forgotten my head had it not been attached. However, that is beside the point. Welcome, new and old alike. I hope you enjoy. I do have in my happy little all the cats mug my morning tea. This is Shire Second Breakfast by D&T. It's a pun on D&D. It's D&D inspired tea. D&T. Haha. Anyhow, this is called Shire Second Breakfast. It's a really good black, and I enjoy it very much because also Shire Second Breakfast. Yeah, that's a Tolkien pun in there too. Well, not so much as a pun as a reference. Anyway, I'm a hobbit. What can I say? I've not had a lot of that tea today. And in fact, I hadn't started speaking before I started. I hadn't spoken yet at all before I started trying to film. And yeah, that part's going to be edited out. That was a croak. Not good. But let's get into what we're here for. We are here for stitching. We are here for knitting. Well, I am. And I hope you are as well. I have three, count them, 3 FFOs. One really should be an FFO because I finished it like the day of or the day after I filmed last. And I really should have finished it by now. But the fully finishing part means I have to bring out my iron. I haven't felt like it. Which am I talking about? I am talking about my Celebrate All Year, but from Black Needle Society. I did finish all the strawberries. And it is so sweet. It really is. I do like it. It is fun. It is very nice. Sorry for the shadows. There's stuff going on. There's stuff going on. It's sunny outside and sky is blue and it's hot. Not as hot as the weekend. And back to the stitching. Back to the stitching. It is pretty. I really love the strawberries. They look lovely on this dark blue fabric. I am a fan, but I need to iron it and fully finish it. I am determined to do so before my next Flosstube because That'll be near the end of May, and this is supposed to go up for May. And I have been really good at getting these finished and fully finished in the month that they're for. So I don't want to stop now. I really don't. I would like to make it for the year. We'll see if I do, but that's my goal. It's a good goal to reach for. Anyway, here is the finish. Aren't those lovely? Okay. I need to pull out the iron. Oh, agonies, people. There is. I'm going to set that right. Excuse my rage, excuse my rage, excuse the bags under my eyes as well. We're not going to talk about those. I'm going to put that right there so that hopefully, it encourages me to finish it. So I have that as a fully finished object. What else do I have as a fully finished object? Ooh, I have Leave My Loneliness Unbroken, or the Raven, Pose Raven, or I'm not exactly sure what the title of this piece is. It is from the Witchy Stitcher. It was my Daily 100 piece, and I finished this up the other day. I'm putting it on my board because otherwise it's very see-through. And here is my finish. Oh, I love the fabric that it is on. I mean, I had to go. I bought the kit. So I obviously had an easy time going with the called for fabric. It was a kit. But I love it on the fabric. Oh, so nice. I like it. It's more or less centered okay. Could have probably bumped it up just a tiny bit so that this part didn't hit the branches, but good enough. Good enough. Love it. I do love it. And yes, when I frame it, obviously I'm going to have to frame it all the way out to the edge here so that you get all of that glorious fabric. Oh, so pretty. This is finish 5 or 6 on my list of 17 starts that I had at the beginning of the year. I have a list of pieces that I want to finish by the end of the year, of which there were 17 at the time. And I think this is finish 5 or 6. I think it's, I'm not sure which. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's 6. I have it on a whiteboard over there, and I'm trying to count the red, which is the finish date. You don't need to know my odd organizational plans. So this, I believe, is finish number 6 of those 17 I want to finish this year. Yeah. Not doing so well on that part. But I have finished 2 of my, I think it's 2, of my 50 starts. I'm not planning on finishing most of those this year. That would be, with the size of the things I'm starting, that would be a foolish and potentially breaking point. Yeah. Finish 2. Very happy, very happy. And finish 3. Well, you didn't even see this started. So this is a knitting start and finish. I did show you the yarn. This is the Farmer's Daughters Fiber Sock Squad yarn for the month of May. And I told you that I was going to make a pressed flowers hat, and I did. It has not been washed and blocked. But here is my pressed flowers hat. It is pretty low contrast, but I like it. And there we go. One pressed flowers hat is super stretchy. Yes, technically the pressed flowers hat should be done with a sport weight, but I did it with a fingering weight at the same, using the same needle sizes. It's a little looser than, fabric-wise, than it would have been had I used the called for yarn size, but that's okay. It isn't so loose that it is a non-functioning fabric. So there is my pressed flowers hat. It's quite cute. A very lightweight hat, which you need in the Pacific Northwest most of the year. We don't need super heavy woolen knits, even though that is what I like to knit. I don't get to wear most of them. Still like knitting them though. But this will actually be usable. And ta-da! I finished 5 months of my Farmer's Daughters Fiber Sock Squad sock set yarns. Up to 5 months. I feel like I'm doing pretty good. And this one I'm not even halfway through the month, and I already have it done. Speaking of wearing, I realized I haven't talked about what I'm wearing. Yes, this is a knitted top. It is the Poppy Tee by Joe Cottle, and it's just a nice cotton tee. It is laced down to here and then solid knitting from there on down. On the smaller sizes, the lace only goes to here. Yeah. I want to make another one of these and just stop there with the lace portions. I think it would be a little nicer for my size. Let's just leave it there. Nicer for my size. It is a very nice tee. I like it. It fits very much like a t-shirt. Nice round yoke. A lovely top made out of cotton yarn. So that is what I'm wearing. Forgot to do that earlier. Those are all the FFOs and FOs. FFO. The rest were FOs. This is from last year. But it's Me Made May. So I'm doing Me Made. I even made the earrings, but Me Made. Anyhow. Whips. That's what's up next. Whew. I think I need more tea. I do have whips. I do. That's a new start. That's a new start. What's this? I obviously am not well organized today because I'm not. Let's just leave it there. I am not very. What am I missing? Oh, right. That I told you at the beginning that I am missing something. We'll get there. Let us start with my first object, which is living in this lovely A Dragon's bag by Rivertown Designs. This is the Modern Folk Embroidery, No Time Like the Present, stitch along for this year. And I have my 4,000 stitches that I planned to get done on it. Every month I'm trying to get 4,000 stitches on it so that I will have it done essentially by October. That is my goal. We'll see. We'll see if I make it. But it's still on a giant piece of fabric. Don't mind me. Don't mind me while I try and figure it out. It is on like a yard of fabric. It doesn't need a yard of fabric. I am feeling pretty chuffed with how far I have made it. This is looking so good. Jacob, you're a god. Look at that. Look at this. Look at it. So I did all of the interior. There we go. I did all the numbers. I did this lovely Assisi work in the center. So pretty. Finished the columns here. Did the diagonal columns here on both sides. And then brought the borders down. And that was my 4,000 stitches for this month. I just want to show off that center. I love this piece so much. I do. And the borders? The borders here kind of look a little bit, at least in my brain, like hourglasses. Do you see it? If they're tilted this way? Can you see how that kind of looks like an hourglass? That's what I'm seeing, at least. I don't know if it's true. But that's what I'm seeing. Anyhow, I'm loving this piece so much. This is on a Cedar River linen fabric. It's a 40 count. I'm trying to remember the name without looking. I'm going to have to look. For some reason, I can never remember the name. It starts with an A. No, it doesn't. It's Overcast. It doesn't start with an A. This is on 40 count Overcast by Cedar River Linen, and I am using 3 different colors of Roxy Flossco flosses. The red is Fallow Red, the blue is Yonder, and the gold here is Colonel Mustard. And this is 1/2. So pretty. And then next month I get to I haven't decided exactly. What do you think? Should I finish the border so that I have it all squared off and possibly can cut the giant piece of fabric? Should I do that as part of my 4,000 stitches next month? Or should I do the birdies that are right here? I probably should do the border. Next month I should probably do the border, get some of the slightly more boring portions done so that I can have fun with the birds. Oh, anyway. This is where it stands for May. And I am in love with that piece. I will say, 4,000 stitches a month is a lot. It really is. But so far I'm keeping up. We'll see how that works through the summer. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. That is one of my whips. Another of my whips is, since Leave My Loneliness Unbroken was finished, I spun my wheel to see what my next 100 stitches a day project was going to be. And out came one that I went, I kind of was hoping I was going to get another one that was a little bit closer to a finish, but I didn't. But I stuck with what the wheel pulled for me, like a good person. It doesn't matter, but I mean, if I really didn't want to do it, I would have just respun the wheel. However, I'm trying not to do that. And I had Elizabeth pulled. So this is Elizabeth by Carriage House Sampling. And I am up to date with my 100 stitches a day through today. So I already have today's 100 stitches done. I have all of the dots put in on her dress. I haven't surrounded them with the yellow yet, so they haven't turned into little sunflowers yet. And I did put in this part of the stem for the flowers so that I could more easily count to this squiggly line that's in her dress. I put in her hands, and I put in this key. This is a needle minder. It's just so perfectly placed right there. I just wanted you to know that's a needle minder. Yeah, that's all I got done in the days that I had for the 100 days of stitching. Now, my next goal is to surround all the dots to turn them into the little sunflowers, and then work on filling in that dress. That dress is big. That's going to take me a while. I imagine in 2 weeks, I will still be working on that dress. I really do think I will be. It is a big dress. And I'm still going to fill in around, do the color around the black dots to turn them into the sunflowers, even though you can't really see it too well in the piece itself. It's there. It's there. It's just very subtle. But I'm still going to do it because you can sort of see it in certain lights. So this is my new 100 stitches a day project, which I do plan on working on until it is finished, which could take a while at 100 stitches a day. Maybe I'll bump it up to 200, at least until I finish the filling on all the dress. Oh my goodness. The filling on the dress is going to be really simple, but she's a very long lady. I'm just saying, she is a very, very long lady. I mean, the bottom of her dress is here, and then she's got feet. But the dress, very long lady. Very pale, too. I mean, look at that face. She's never seen the sun, ever. I have another bird here. I have some plant leaves under here, and then I have grass at the bottom. And yes, there's stuff up here, too, but it's hidden because I did that part. I need to work down here now. So this is now my 100 stitches a day piece. Lovely, isn't it? I do enjoy these. This is the third of the 4 girl series. I have, obviously if it's the third one, I finished 2 of them. I'm working on the third one, and I have the 4th. I think it's Molly is the last one. It's the one with the cat that I haven't yet done. And she will be after. She will be done. She will be started when I finish this one. Maybe she will be actually started too. Maybe she'll be one of my 50 starts. We will have to see. It depends on how long that one takes me. And now we're going to get into 2 knitting projects. Yes, we will. When last we met, I had commented on my Love Note sweater and was concerned about the cast-on at the neck as to whether my head would fit through the neck hole. And I mentioned that if you never saw my Love Note again, it would be because I had to rip it out again. Luckily for me, that is not true. Haha, you get to see it again. Yay! The neck is big enough. Barely. I am having the worst time with this cast on for some reason. I had the worst time with this cast on for some reason. I don't really know why. Anyhow, I have finished that. I need to put it on bigger needles. I have finished the lace portion of the yoke. And now, before I continue on, I need to do the, I'm up to the raglan sleeves. The raglan increases portion of this sweater, but I need to put it on a bigger needle before I do that. And I just haven't bothered because it got super hot and I didn't want to work on this in the heat at all. I really didn't. So it continues to be hot. I'm not sure how much more this is going to get done this summer because pulling out a mohair project right before the summer, well, that wasn't exactly smart of me. And so this one might live in a corner until it cools down so that I can finish it without getting sticky, sweaty mohair hands, which is unpleasant. Wah wah. Oops. And now I'm going to pause for a moment while I go get my work project. I will be right back. I have returned. Yes, it is still living in my library bag. This is My Reading Shawl by Kay Jones. And it's still in here. It's still in here. Barely. Let me show you my reading shawl. It will be in the middle of a row because it is. There we go. Yes, my ginormous shawl. Ginormous shawl. Look at it. Let's see. Let me see if I can find my progress marker. It's on here. Oh, there it is. There we go. That is where I was last time I filmed. I finished all of this color. I think I was on the first row of this color. Finished all of this color and I am almost done with the gray stripe. I am just about ready to start the next stripe. Oops. That's kind of a little messy. This will be the next two minis. And I am just about ready to do that. I think it's after this stripe, after this garter ridge, I will be moving on to the next stripe. It doesn't look like a lot of progress from where my progress keeper is, but these rows are long. They're very long. They are 300, maybe 400 stitches now. Let me check my cheat sheet. They're 400 stitches a row. So this is big Mama Java. I will be moving my progress marker if I can. I'm evidently failing completely at figuring out how to do a lever back stitch marker right now. The easy ones. And boop. I have marked now. Stitch marker has moved down. Not much more to say about this. I've been working on it for ages now. It is my work project. It's really, really simple. Using the, I believe, called for needles. The gray is Knit Pick Stroll in Dove Heather, and the minis are from an advent calendar from last year from McMullen Fiber Company, which I do believe I have purchased the next one for this coming year. I like their advents, and I'm actually using this one, so it feels better. I wanted to do my 24 stripe sock from Woolens and Nosh. They've already sold out, and I didn't get one. I can only hope that she dies more so that I can get one. I was on the wait list, or not the wait list, but the, hey, call me, email, not call, email me list, and I didn't see it. And then I saw that she'd done it, and I jumped on there like 2 days later, and they were sold out, completely sold out. I have a sad. If I do not have a 24 stripe sock project for this fall, for this December, I'm going to be sad, and I will have to create some sort of thing to do myself, because I really enjoy doing a sock during Advent. Anyhow, Advent project made me think of that. That is the only connection. Still loving this. It is going to be ridiculously huge. There is going to be a very little progress on this. This is my work project. It will not be touched this Friday. Not going to happen. I will not have a chance to sit down except for at my lunch this Friday. Which, I mean, makes the day go a lot faster. Don't get me wrong, being able to sit on my butt and knit at work is kind of nice, but that's not what they pay me for. So it'll be good to do my job. And I need to put 2 more balls of the stroll in there. That is a fingering weight shawl, but it's held double to make it about a DK-ish weight. And the Knit Picks stroll is not a good fiber. It's not bad, but it's not high quality. And that's okay. It'll work just fine in this project. It's not like a shawl is going to get a lot of wear and tear. I plan to be wrapping up in it like a giant blanket while I read. I think it'll handle that. I just may need to pill the gray sections a bit more frequently than anything else. Technically the word is depill because it has pilled, not pill it. Depill it. Anyway, beside the point. That would be all of my lips. But, as I stated earlier, this is my 50 starts by 50 year, which means I do have new starts. Of course I do. Of course I do. I have 4. 4 new starts between last filming and this filming. Let us start with them. My start 19 would be my companion to the Beatrix Potter Sampler by Needleprint. And my new starts always have to have at least 250 stitches to call it a new start. Sometimes they don't get much more. This one, I just did that. I'm not even going to unfold it completely. I did that. I did the first little half Quaker motif. And this is on I think it's a 40 count, white Zweigart, I believe, Newcastle, Belfast, I don't know. I think it's 40 count. What is that? Oh, it's my needle minder. This is the needle minder I chose for this project. A cat, evidently. And I am using 1/2, and I am using Vicky Clayton's Silks in the Fish Paprika colorway. That is the same color I used for the Beatrix Potter Quaker. Same spool, in fact. And so I will be making the companion identical to Beatrix Potter. That was my plan. That's what I wanted. So that is what I am doing. Start 19. Start 20 is living in here. This would be a me-made keeper here. That is why it looks so trashy. I still need to redo this binding thing. This sewing binding thing is beyond me. It looks like garbage, and I couldn't understand it, people. It's very difficult, and I didn't understand it. But this was made by me, which is why it kind of looks a little garbagey. But it does hold things, which is the whole point. This is not terrible, but it's not great. I'm never doing those again. It holds things. This makes me happy. It is a bag, and it carries things. The zipper portion I've got down. I started Sweetness of Spring Pin Keep by Scattered Seed Samplers. This was my 20th start. Let me pull it out. It's so cute. It's so wee. I finished the outline of the bird. Isn't he cute? He's just sweet. So, whoop, there's my birdie. I've not done anything else. I haven't even done the dots in his breast, but he has started, and I liked him, and he will be fun to get back to. I am, at least so far, enjoying this 100 stitches a day thing, even if I did complain that I have Elizabeth out and she's going to take me forever. I do think I will be putting my small projects on it again next year to get finishes, because I like it, and it's working for me. So, we'll see. I do have in this bag, because there's a bag behind, there's a pocket behind, I have these two are living back there. Since I joined this one for the year, when I get the other two for the year, I'm just going to put them back there as well. I have one more of hers running around somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly. And they're just all going to live in here because it's a bird bag, and therefore bird projects are going to go in it. And that is where my scattered seed sampler pieces are going to live. And I will just work on one after another, after another, after another. And that is how that will live. So that was start number 20. Start number 21. I started this on Mother's Day, and I did a lot of yard work this weekend, and so I was kind of tired. I did not get much started on this piece. It's living in this lovely bag by Little Boat 88. This is His Eye is on the Sparrow by Heartstring Samplery. I am doing this on a 40 count Picture This Plus in Mellow. I'm using all of the called for threads, and I am doing it 1/2. I barely have a start. I think I got 250 stitches in on this and called it a day. This is how bad it is. I can't even find it. There we go. Itchy nose. There we go. That's it. That's all I did. I started they're very outside of the border and nothing more. That is all she wrote. I don't know when I'm going to get back to any of these projects that I started for my 50th, but I will. I do want this piece. It's lovely. But yeah, my weekend was full of yard work, and I slightly overdid it. Loving what I've done, but I slightly overdid it, and therefore I had much less energy, let alone time, for my actual stitching. And it shows. So there's that. My 22nd start of the year. One second. I'm back. I think I got mohair in my nose from when I was throwing my love note around, and the itching just got to me, and I had to take care of it. Now, my 22nd start. It is living in here because that is the bag that was free. This is a dot Goose Designs bag. This is what I started on Monday. It is my version of a mental health care start. If you do not like swear words, you might want to close your eyes. It is Happily Ever After by Rebel Stitcher. There is a swear word in here. But this is my mental health care. Okay, swear word's gone. Because I didn't get that far. I am doing this one on 40 count Pink Chocolate by Bestitch Me, using all of the called for threads. And since I just did that line of green border on His Eyes on the Sparrow, and this also starts essentially with another green border, I decided to also put in the flowers. Interesting. These light purple flowers that you can barely see on camera, you can actually see them in person, but in camera you can barely see them. So there is the beginning of my mental health care piece, and I had to get some of the colors in here. I'm enjoying it. It's very fun. that this is like almost 500 stitches, or it is 500 stitches, something like that. It was a bit more. I had a bit more time yesterday. And I am up to 22 of my 50 starts. Doing pretty good, I think. And again, if I don't make it, I don't make it. If I don't enjoy it anymore, I'll stop. My word of the year is pleasure. You can't see it, but that's what that says. Pleasure. I just want to enjoy what I'm doing. I want to enjoy the things I'm doing. And if I'm not enjoying them, I'm not going to do them. This is my hobby. I want to have fun. Those are my whips. And those are my new starts. Let's get on to plans. Whip Go. I haven't started either of my Whip Go pieces. For both of my Whip Go pieces, all of my Whip Go pieces, it's work 5 days on the project. Whatever 5 days means. It could mean 20 stitches. It could mean 10,000. I don't know how I would get 10,000 stitches in a day. Beside the point. It could be 2,000. I don't think I've ever had that much in a day, but that doesn't seem completely unfeasible. My two projects are, let me find. Nope, they're right here. Nope. Where did I put them? One is my Middle Earth map, which is from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's the giant Tolkien Middle Earth map, and right here. It's living in this giant bag. I am not pulling it out because it's huge, and that takes effort. My other one is Jane Reese, living in here. This is what I'm going to be pulling out next, though. So I want to get 5 days in on Jane Reese. I will pull her out. Jane Reese by Scarlet Letter, Bristol Orphan Sampler. This is a 50 count linen. She is 1/2 using a Vicky Clayton silk. It is a variegated red. I will be working in this center column, I think. Oh, so pretty. I just have this corner left to do. I've done all of the alphabets. I am just doing the borders. Oh, so nice. She is crazily on my to be finished list for this year. Not sure if that's going to happen, but who knows? Who knows? But 5 days to get worked on this month for Whip Go. We'll see how far I get down that center column. If you do not know what that center column looks like, let me pull out the chart. I have photocopied all of this thing, so there are photocopies for days because the chart was unworkable in my opinion from the booklet. So I could either rip all the pages out or I could photocopy them. I chose photocopying and it's a disaster. So this is the section that I'm going to be working on. We'll see how far I get. I would not mind if I just got like, I don't know, a border a day. If I did a border a day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'd get down to here. That'd be nice. If I did 2 borders a day, I'd get down to there. I don't think that's going to happen, but remember how last time I was complaining that, I don't even know if it was last time, how one time I was complaining that I pushed too far and I gave myself a goal, and a stitched goal instead of just whatever I get done. I was never going to do that again. Yeah. Listen to yourself, Lee. Don't do that again. You didn't enjoy it. Don't do it. So that is that. Those are my Whip Go portions. I do plan about 3 more starts this month. One is going to be my restart of Village of Hawkrun Hollow. I ripped it out. I ripped out what I did last time, last year. Last year, one of my Whip Go calls was to rip out what I'd done here because I'd done something bizarre and it didn't work. So this year, it is going to be a restart of Hawkrun Hollow. And another start of mine is going to be, it's in French. I'm not even going to try. from this company, I'm going to do Labyrinth. It is this piece. I will be doing it on a 35 count linen from Vicki Clayton, back when she used to dye linen. It's the color Be Drabbed, and I will be using Old Maids of the Sea, which is this color. And that will be another of my starts. My third start is I have decided I am going to start a Mirabilia. I haven't decided which Mirabilia I'm going to start. I do have one that's smaller, because last time when I was here I was talking about all the different Mirabilias I wanted to start, and it was quite a list, and they were all huge. I do have a couple of small ones. I do have one of the fairy charts. She had what? New Year's Eve fairy, Easter fairy, Harvest fairy, Halloween fairy, Christmas fairy. I have most of those done. I haven't started the, have I started? Maybe I've started it. If I've started it, this one wouldn't work, but I was thinking of the Halloween fairy. If it's already started, that doesn't work as a start, so I'll have to check. I don't remember. I just remember that I haven't finished the Halloween fairy. But yeah, that might not actually be one I can start. I also have, what is it called? Silver Moon Tea. I had to get that one years ago. I got that one a while ago, and had to because it's Earl Grey. It's tea. How could I not? I don't have it a bit handy right now. But that's a smaller one, so maybe that's the one I'll start. They're just, I mean, I don't have to have everything. I just have to have all of the DMCs to start. I have a ton of DMC. But maybe I'll actually start my spring queen, because I do want to start her. I do have Winter Queen done. Years ago, years and years and years ago, I finished Winter Queen. Maybe I'll start Spring Queen. Anyhow, that's Laterly. She hasn't completely decided which one she's going to do. That is Laterly. Laterly will decide that, and we will see what she decides, because I will have that third start before I film next. And you will see what I have decided to start, whether it be a giant lady, a giant mermaid, Santa, or a small one. Who knows? Come back in 2 weeks and you'll find out. I'm going to pause for half a second to kind of clean up this disaster mess that I made, and we will get on to, well, life and stuff, if you want to hang out for that. I'll be right back. I forgot a portion. Stash! I did forget stash. I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot, which is good, because I don't need a lot. I do have my Fox and Rabbit fiber. They don't do fibers. I have my Fox and Rabbit fabric for my floss of the month. Fabric of the month. This is Antarctica. Oh, that's not a good. There we go. It is a lovely minty green with some very pretty modeling on it. If it was just a teeny tiny bit darker, I would totally be unable to resist my desire to start Deadly Aquarium from Lilo Crow. I purchased it. I haven't started it. I purchased the Greenhouse of Oddities as well. Didn't start it. I purchased the bookshelf one. The library, Haunted Library. Didn't start it either. Maybe I should start the oldest one, start the library, and then slowly work my way up to the other ones. Who knows? Maybe that should be on my list of 50. One of my Lola Crow. Probably the one that is oldest, which would be the Haunted Library, which I love so much. Oh my god. I should do that one. I should. Anyhow, my other bits of haul is my Yarnable of the month, which I really shouldn't have restarted it, but I wanted it. This is bright. This is bright. It had a bunch of little things that came with it, all of which were poison to me because they all had corn in them. So I've already made them go away and out of the house because didn't need to keep them. It was a lemonade mix and something else full of corn. Do not need. But this is for May. This is Berry Citrus Bliss, and watch out. Your eyes might be blinded. Put on your sunglasses. Holy crap, that is bright. I do not know what to do with anything this bright. This is not my wheelhouse. Not even possibly for socks. We'll see. It's very bright. It is definitely berry citrus bliss. This is very bright. This is highlighters had a party with some yarn, and it's really bright. This is too much for me. I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. I might have to find a good home for this one. I may have to. It is. Let's just leave it there. And the last thing that I purchased was the Whilst Iris Naps release in the Home Something Needlework, the Facebook group that does the exclusives. Whatever. I did the Whilst Iris Naps one because I wasn't going to, and then I watched her Flosstube of it, and it was really pretty, and next thing you know, I purchased it because it's really pretty. It's really pretty. I enjoy it. It's just, I liked it, so I did it. I still haven't done the last one that she did with them, with the gorgeous 2 red houses. It's in my basket of 50 that I want to start, but I haven't. But oh, yeah, so I went for it. It's still for sale if you're in the group. Go for it. The group only has one rule that I think is illegal, but you know, that's fine, right? They say that you're not allowed to sell the product after you purchase it through the group, that you can't resell it. That's illegal. Once you purchase something, unless it's a digital. Unless it's digital, digital is different, digital is different. Physical objects, you are allowed to resell them. So I think that's a weird rule, which gets legally questionable. Digital objects are different. Again, like I said, you cannot resell a digital object. That is a copyright issue, and totally separate. If you own a physical object, you are allowed to sell a physical object. Just saying. But I like these pieces and I want to make them, so I don't need to worry about reselling them. I do not buy every one of the exclusives because I don't want to make all of them. I don't think I bought the last. I know I didn't buy the last one. I bought the one before that, the giant Charlotte, which I'm pointing at right there because it's in my pile of things because I wanted to work on it a little bit every single month, you know, in all my extra time. I don't think I worked on it at all in April, or did I start it in April? I know I haven't worked on it this month, but I do want to work on it a little bit more because that thing's going to take me forever. Anyhow, I should put it in a basket. If I put it in my basket, I might actually work on it. Anyhow. That's it for purchases, and I have no planned purchases other than the things that arrive, like my Farmer's Daughter's Fibers Sock Squad. That might arrive before my next video. I do not know. I hope it does, because my next filming is right at the end of the month, and I would like to be able to keep up to date on my projects for that and finish them. I have no clue if I'm going to be making socks or what with my next one. Time will tell. So that was stash. Small, tiny, easy, done. Let's get on to life. Life. Like I said, it was hot. It was hot. I don't do hot. I don't like hot. I'm not a fan of hot. But do you know what is a fan of hot? My vegetables. My vegetables and plants. I think I could see the beans and peas growing in my greenhouse over the weekend. They jumped. It was fantastic. I also have some cucumbers growing in there, and they actually have real cucumber leaves instead of just the seed leaves. So exciting. That happened over the weekend. And my pepper plant. I have 3 little pepper plants. They're all Anaheim chili peppers. One of them has a full-on blossom. Like it's just about ready for that white blossom to pop completely. And all of them have have the beginning of buds, so I may actually get peppers. I live in the Pacific Northwest. Growing peppers is difficult. It's not warm enough usually. One moment, I'm going to sneeze. I am back. It is allergy season still, and allergies are still kicking my butt real good. Even more so because I spent most of the weekend outside doing yard work. Anyhow, loving my vegetable garden. It's tiny, it's wee, but it's what I can handle right now. But I'm very much enjoying it. I planted a lot of flower pots. I actually put some of the things in the pots that I purchased already because I was a little bit lazy and my geraniums were just sitting there, and the things they came from the nursery going, we'd really like to be in a pot and look better. Well, all of them now are. All of them. My sweet peas are planted where they belong. My leeks have been strung out from where they were at. They've been re-scattered. They were a little too tight, so I thinned and moved and did the thing. They're happy. All of my plants are happy right now. We will see if that continues. I'm not the best gardener, but I'm trying this year and I'm enjoying it. We will see. My tomatoes are happy. Hope I actually get tomatoes. We will see. Some years you do, some years you don't. I have no clue what this year will be, but everything in my greenhouse is quite happy. Beans and peas and cucumbers, chili peppers, you know, the needful things. Oh, carrots, because I like carrots. I'm also going to do radishes at some point, but I can wait a little bit because those, you know, practically grow themselves once you, yeah. I'm enjoying that. It is fun. I like. Other than that, life's pretty basic, normal, not much going on. I will be doing the Puget Sound LYS tour this week with the 21 shops that my shop is with. So that will be going on this week. It will be exhausting and busy and hopefully really fun. I do still think I might be trying to go to a couple of the places. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I have the time or the energy. We will see. But I do want to go out to La Mercerie and see their new place. That isn't too bad, except for the fact that there's construction and stuff going on over there and on the way, and I don't know. I don't want to be stuck in traffic for hours just to see La Mercerie when I can do it when traffic isn't going to be bad. We'll see. I do want to go up to Bellingham. That's a drive though, so I don't know if I will actually do that. I have goals and wants. We will see if those happen. I have purchased my Flock Fiber Fest tickets, which is happening in August in Seattle, and I'm really excited to go. It really grew from last year. Last year I went and it was kind of cute and small, and this year it's like 3 times the size. I don't actually know. It's much bigger though, and held in a different area. It's being held in the convention center, and I'm very excited. I cannot wait to see how it grows. I'm hopeful that Flock will become a big thing and an annually big thing. That would be fantastic for the fiber community in the greater Seattle area, and I am hopeful that that is what will happen. I do know of some dyers that will be at Flock that I have never been able to see in person, so I am super excited to get to peruse their wares visually. I am going on the Sunday, so I am sure there will be many things that will be sold out or gone or what have you, but that is just how that works. That is the day that I'm going. There you go. I think it is the Sunday. I'm pretty sure it's the Sunday. I think. Anyhow, I've already bought my tickets. I'm excited to go. I can't wait to see it. And the only other thing I have to mention is the Aurora Borealis was in Washington State. It was. Because of the solar flare thing that was going on and the magnetic hoogie-woogie, what's it? Everybody was talking about the Aurora Borealis. And so my partner and I, we went out at night and we looked and we were like, okay, we don't really see anything. And so we drove out a little bit of the way out onto the peninsula so that there was less light pollution. And as he's driving, I'm like, oh, look, it's right there. It's right there. And I felt sorry for him because I'm all goobing out going, ooh, 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 ooh. And he's like, I'm driving. We found a spot. We took photos. We came back home. There was more photos at our house. It was amazing. I have wanted to see the Aurora Borealis, I think, my entire life. As long as I've known of its existence, I have wanted to see it. When everybody was watching the YouTube videos of Iceland, hoping that that one volcano wasn't going to blow up, that did eventually blow up, and that people had live streaming videos of that area, I would watch those because occasionally you'd be able to see the Northern Lights. And I would sit there and I would watch the Northern Lights on the screen because it was a live feed, so I knew in my brain that was actually happening. It wasn't a Hollywood movie. It wasn't special effects. It was happening right then. And I'd be sitting there and I'd be, oh, this is the closest I'm ever going to get to see the Northern Lights. And then I got to see them. It was really fun, really exciting, and all I know is I want to see them more so and brighter someday. That is even stronger on my bucket list, is to be able to see more of them. It was really neat. I was very, very excited to see it, and I loved it. That is the most, and to be fair, most exciting thing that's happened lately. Yes. yes, that is the most exciting part of my life for the last couple of weeks. The Northern Lights, I got to see them. That's kind of awesome. I mean, I'm on board with that being the most exciting thing. I mean, if I could say that like next week as well, I'd be happy. Hey, the most exciting thing that happened in my life the last 2 weeks, I got to see the Northern Lights again. I'd be pretty happy. Just saying. That's yeah. Excited enough that my words don't work. I liked the Northern Lights, people. I liked the Northern Lights. I know. Some people can see them pretty much any time, or it's just, hey, it's Tuesday, the Northern Lights are out. I liked it. I was excited. It was neat. I'm happy. Took lots of photos. If I'm feeling super rambunctious, I might put some in here. I may not. They're not great photos. But they made me happy, and I was very excited. Other than that, my kid called me for Mother's Day. He's great. He's awesome. I love him. I get to see him soon. I don't know what more to say about that. He's great. He's absolutely freaking fantastic, and works too much, and you know, is doing young adult stuff. Other than that, I'm spending more time in my yard because of the gardening, and dying because of the allergies, so I have a little less time for the crafting right now, which is, you know, typically how things go when it's warm. I do need to find a different knitting project because the mohair, I just can't do it. I cannot do it in this weather. Oh. It's all, no. I love mohair. I love mohair so much, but I am not stitching on it in the summer. I am not. It's not going to happen. Maybe I'll finish one of my Stephen West shawls. That would be smart. Maybe that's what I'll pull out now that I finished my Farmer's Daughter's Fiber need. Perhaps that's what I will do. It would make sense instead of casting on another summer top, which is what I really want to do. Maybe I can finish my hibernation shawl and then allow myself to cast something on. I should probably finish 2 things before I allow myself to cast anything new on. Responsible stitching and responsible knitting. I don't want to do it. Anyhow, that's about it. I thank you for joining me, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. It will still be May. Barely, but it will still be May. I completely forgot to tell you my April stats. I did look them up. They were kind of impressive to me. I'm randomly keeping track of them this year for kicks. I may continue to do so because it's interesting, and it will be interesting to compare it year to year. But I forgot to share them, and I don't have them written down. I don't remember. Yeah, that's how the brain works. If you don't write it down, the brain isn't gonna remember. Yeah, that's it. Don't have anything more to say. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you all in 2 weeks. It'll, like I said, still be May, and we will be moving on to more summery weather. We'll see if we get summer in June or if we have January in June. I'm slightly hoping for January. I am. I will admit it. I like to wear my knits. I can't wear them when it's 90 degrees out and my house doesn't have AC. And now I will go so I can do laundry and edit and upload this for your viewing pleasures tomorrow. I hope you all are doing fantabulously. I will see you all later. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.